there not too much later. This is ABC News.
Trying to sell your old car?
Hi there, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll get the show started right away. Thank you.
953-4036. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-953-4036. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-953-4036.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
The night with the light from above.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
The ocean white with gold. God bless America.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
God bless America.
I can hear you. I can hear you. The rest of the world hears you. And the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon. What will you do without freedom? They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. I was the best because the crowd loved me. And the crowd, and you'll win your freedom. I will win the crowd. I will give them something they've never seen before.
Overlooking Mount San Jacinto from our palatial studios in beautiful Palm Springs, California. 25-year talk radio veteran, voted best in the Valley. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Russ O'Hara. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Ray Charles. Listen to this amazing in-studio audience. Thank you so much. Throwback Thursday here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. It's great to be with you. 760-320-8255 is the number. I hope you're having a spectacular day on this just Chamber of Commerce Thursday here in the Coachella Valley. 86 degrees, whistling through the palm trees right here in the western capital of golf in these United States. I am your humble host. You can start your day every day with the Glenn Beck radio program from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. with all the Blaze has to offer. At 9 to noon, it is the Rush Limbaugh Show. El Rushbo. He was brilliant today, as he is every day. Rush leads right into the Rich Gilgallon Show. So it's Rush, then it's Rich. Rush, then Rich. Very excited to come on right after Rush Limbaugh. I'm leading right into Dennis Prager, Mark Levin, Dennis Miller, Dr. Savage, and Laker basketball. Get a little super glue out and just dab it on your radio. 760-320-8255. Okay. All right, I haven't even got my feet wet yet. You're on the air. First name, please.
Yes, Rich, it's Mike in Cathedral City. How are you today?
Hi, Mike. How you doing, buddy?
Fine. I was thinking, we don't celebrate enough Americans.
May I make a suggestion?
Sure, Mike. You don't think we have enough holidays?
No. For Veterans Day, is it possible for you to have a show where we call in and remember a veteran?
We're going to do that,
Tell
brother.
them
Yes.
how it's done.
That you're amazing. I've tried that in the past and haven't gotten enough calls, but I will definitely do that exact thing. It's either a Memorial Day or Veterans Day, and why not do it? We'll do it on Veterans Day, bro. Absolutely.
Okay, Rich.
Yes.
Thanks for the consideration.
Absolutely. I'm happy to do so. All right. Before we get going today, I have a little treat for you early listeners and the viewers who are tuning in by way of video. I hope you can hear this. Today is Throwback Thursday, all right, on the Rich Gilgallon Show. So in 1992, I was on the radio, and I became the very first talk show host to have this occur. I think it may have happened once or maybe twice since then, but heretofore, it had never happened in the history of talk radio. Of course, cell phones had just become popular. And so this was this, by the way, got me on ABC News, it got me on in Phil Mushnick's column in the New York Daily News, which is big for a little sports talk show host. So this is exactly how it went. And John Madden does the play-by-play. It went on to his national syndicated sports minute. So check this out. It's a Throwback Thursday here on the Rich Gilgallon Show.
You know, the guys who invented cellular phone systems predicted all kinds of great things that they do for us. But there was one thing that they never predicted. Maybe because they never listened to sports talk shows, like this one with The Coach on Washington's all-sports station, WTEM.
I go to Matt Shute in his car. Matt, Coach, welcome to the team. How you doing, man? Quick commentary. I think a long time. Whoa! Matt, you all right?
Now, before you get worried, Matt called back later to let the coach know that he was okay, and they gave him another chance. But this time, he wasn't so anxious to express his opinion.
Well, Matt, what was your question? I think it's a moot point, Bill. I appreciate you guys caring about me. We can laugh about it now, but I've been checking the obituaries for 3 days looking for a guy named Matt, so I'm just glad to hear you're all right there, pal.
But you know the weirdest part of the story? Matt says with the 7-second delay, right after the accident, he got to sit there with his head spinning and listen to the whole thing happen again on radio. Hey, you talk about being on top of what's happening. I'm John Madden, and that's today's sports quiz.
There's old John Madden with the old John Madden sports quiz. Yeah, I'm talking to Matt, and he's going on, and he says, Coach, I got a question. I said, what is it, Matt? Next thing you know, bam! Now, my calling his name out went on for some time. That was edited down for the purposes of this Madden report. It was like, Matt? Oh, Matt. Now, that was on a Saturday. And then on Monday, with Kylie and the coach, Matt called in. Thank goodness he was okay. What happened was he got in this accident, and he actually was flipped around inside the car. So he was laying on the floor of his car and then heard the accident take place with the 7-second delay. So you never know. A little Throwback Thursday for you. I'll dig into that. I got some stuff laying around from the old days. Gives me an opportunity to pop it out every once in a while. 760-320-8255 here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. Yesterday, the president had his news conference. It was an extended news conference. And he actually answered questions from Fox News reporter, which was amazing. Although with a sort of like looking at him like he was a dirtbag. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. First name, please.
Good afternoon, Rich. This is Cheryl from Palm Springs. I just wanted to call you and congratulate you and your party on your victory.
Isn't that interesting, Cheryl? I wish I had it in me to congratulate you on holding this congressional seat in the state of California. The red wave rolled across America and stopped dead at Riverside County, sadly. But hey, it was all in all was a interesting day. And what is your take? Are you part of the group that thinks that the reason all these Democrats lost is because they did not associate themselves enough with the president?
I think it's a cycle issue. I think in 2016, I'll be the one getting the congratulations.
Oh, you think so?
It's one of those.
You think so? I don't know. We may have surprises. We may have a few surprises for you.
We never do know.
Well, that's.
I was just on the road. I only listen to you when I'm on the road.
Yes.
And I thought I'd better call and give you a
Cheryl, you don't listen to me in the house?
When I'm at, I listen to Progressive.
All right, Cheryl. All right, thank you for the call. That's a nice call. Thank you, Cheryl. Isn't that nice? See, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. What a nice call from our liberal friend Cheryl. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. You're tuned into Newstalk 920, KPSI.
Eliminate fear of house floods forever. Hey, it's the coach, Rich Gilgallon. Are you away from your desert property for an extended period of time? Have you received a call that your house is flooded, toilet overflow, washing machine, broken pipe? Do I have a solution for you? Water Cop. Water Cop. Water Cop. Automatic water shut-off system will eliminate all fear of water damage to your house forever. It's amazing. If one drop leaks, your water will shut off immediately and you'll get a call. No more sleepless nights. Water Cop, Water Cop, Water Cop. Perfect for your home. Back home as well. Call 760-564-8840. That's 564-8840. Go to homefloodprevention.biz. That's homefloodprevention.biz. Water Cop. Stop water damage before it starts. Go to homefloodprevention.biz. Water Cop is recommended by insurance companies. And of course, the coach, Rich Gilgallon. That's 760-564-8840. 760-564-8840. Water Cop, Water Cop, Water Cop.
It's time to step out. There are 29 million Americans living with diabetes. If you have diabetes or know someone who does, join us as we walk to stop diabetes. It's the Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes on November 22nd at La Quinta Resort Club and PGA West. Bring your friends, family, and co-workers and join us as we walk to change the future of diabetes. Register today at diabetes.org/StepOutLaQuinta or call 888-DIABETES. Pick up a brochure at your local Walgreens store. Step Out and Stop Diabetes. Sponsored by La Quinta Resort, KMIR, Desert Regional Medical Center, and RR Broadcasting.
Life, it's good. Yep. But it can still pile up. Yeah, we get that. And sometimes, well, you find yourself adjusting that to-do list. Yeah, we get that too. But at Dr. Robert Wren's office, your oral health is at the top of our list. Always. Dr. Wren's makes certain of it. It's Bob's passion, not his profession. And it has been for over 35 years, Palm Springs. Giving his patients a great, healthy smile. He loves it. That's why he became an MAGD. That means Master of General Dentistry. Master. And it's easy to get started with a free consultation. Call Dr. Wren's at 760-325-1108. Or find Dr. Wren's online at drrobertwrens.com. Get started on your healthy smile. Call us at 760-325-1108.
Are you ready for some football? Hey, it's Coach Rich Gilgallon. Join me for Monday Night Football at Schmitty's Tavern in Palm Desert. We'll have prize giveaways, including car washes, gift cards, food certificates, Las Vegas getaway, Jamie's Clubhouse and sports items on our Newstalk 920 game. So get here early and grab a square. Plus, you can qualify for our monthly grand prize from Game Room Gala, given away at the end of each month, September through December. And at our big end of the season party in February, we'll be giving away a recliner, a big screen TV, courtesy of More Furniture, and a golf cart from Fairway Golf Carts. So join me every Monday night with Schmitty's for a great drink, beer, and food specials all game long. We are back at Schmitty's for our Monday Night Football party. Schmitty's Tavern on Highway 111 and Fred Waring Drive in Palm Desert. Our Monday Night Football party, sponsored by Fairway Golf Carts, More Furniture, Game Room Gallery, Schmitty's Tavern, and Newstalk 920 KPSI. Start your Sundays, every Sunday, with a new perspective, an eternal perspective. Every Sunday from 7 to 8, it's the Eternal Perspective, brought to you by Men of Messiah. Men of Messiah, a group of local men dedicated to promoting the Word of God. Tune in every Sunday at 7 o'clock for
for Chuck DeVoe and Rich Gilgallon. Brought to you by Men of Messiah. It's the eternal perspective. Join us 7 a.m. every Sunday morning.
You can say I told you so. Welcome back. And if I ever hurt you, babe, you know I hurt myself as well. Oh, but I'm born. Is that any way for a man to carry on? You think he wants his little loved one gone? I love you, babe, more than you'll ever know. More than you'll ever know. Play that guitar there, boys. Blood, sweat, and tears. Man. All right. When I wasn't making too much money, like right now. You know where my paycheck went. Ba-da, ba, ba-da. You know I brought it home to baby. That's what a great song that is, man. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, one of those rock and roll bands that survived the transition from one lead singer to another. It's very, very rare. It doesn't often, doesn't always happen, I should say, but occasionally it does. Al Cooper, the original lead singer, and then of course David Clayton Thomas came along a little later for What Goes Up Must Come Down. Spinning wheel. I like David Clayton Thomas. I thought he was very good, but the original Blood, Sweat, and Tears album, Every Child is the Father to Man. Ho, ho, ho. What an album, or as they used to say, album that is. Wow. All right, it's the Rich Gilgallon Show. So I watched the president yesterday, and I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to put my educator hat on here because I have to have this conversation with the constitutional scholar that Barack Hussein Obama claims to be. This is how our system works, okay? Our system works this way. The House and the Senate get together, and they together hash out, iron out legislation. They compromise with each other. They compromise with other parties. They do whatever they have to do. And they come up with a law. That's what they are hired to do, is to make law. Then they put that on the president's desk. That's your desk. Your desk. Now you have a choice. You don't have to sign it. You can veto it. That's fine. That's your right. You can sign it, it becomes law. Or you don't like it, you can veto it. Then you send it back. Now, the House and the Senate get a chance to override the veto, 2/3 vote. And the people, like us, get to see how our representatives vote on that veto. And then we can make a decision as to whether or not we want to reelect them or not. That's how the system works. It's an unbelievable system. It's genius system. We put a law in front of you, the representatives, our representatives. You know, you vote, you sign it, it's law. You don't sign it, you veto it, it goes back, and they can pass it without you, with 2/3 of a vote in both houses. And if our guys don't vote for what we want, boom, we'll take care of that election day. I'm so excited, finally, that we're going to have the opportunity as citizens to understand how our representatives are going to vote, to actually see a yes and a no vote. And let me put our little pudgy little congressman on notice, too. We're watching you now. We're going to watch the way you vote or don't vote. Now, I suggest you cast a vote for each and everything that comes before you and not try to weasel out of it like you did in the last term. Now, it didn't cost you anything. And then the president said in his press conference, he said, For all those you who voted, I hear you. And for the 2/3 of you Americans that didn't vote, I hear you too. Really? How do you hear them? How do you hear them? Can't hear them. I hear you too. That's the scariest thing I've heard the guy say in a while. What does that mean? What does that mean? The 2/3 that didn't vote, you hear them too. I'm curious. Sadly, none of the reporters took him up on that. I would have. Rich Gilgallon Show, first name, please.
Rich, it's like we won the Super Bowl celebrating Steve out of the game.
Hey, what's up there, brother? The red wave, it crashed across the land, but unfortunately it stopped at Blythe.
We'll be fine. As President Obama stated, elections have consequences.
Yes.
And if the Republicans, we've got some really sharp people. When you see Mia Love,
No, I love Mia Love. I love Mia Love. I love them all. It's, we are the Big Tent party right now.
If you study sports, if you study anything in life, the best defense is a great offense. And, we need to go on the offensive, and then we need to go back on the offensive, and then stay on the offensive. And if we do that, they'll be so busy backpedaling, because that's what you do with the bully. You punch them right in the nose, and then they start running and crying.
Well, I don't want to use nose punching metaphors with the Secret Service protected president of the United States, but I will say this. I will say that the system as it was designed is now going to be put into effect finally, because Harry Reid is out, and the door to the desk of the president is open now. And so we're going to get legislation. It's going to be on his desk, and then he's got to decide what to do, and he can't wiggle out of it. That's the key.
Yeah, well, as long as we continue to put things forward, I think people are going to be surprised. There's a lot of Democrats that are going to go ahead and come to our side, and I think in the Senate, I think you'd be surprised. We're going to have quite a few.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt that, it'll be interesting to see what Democratic senators do after watching what happened on Election Day. There are things that should be up there right now. This pipeline should be on his desk within a couple of days. He's going to veto it. That's fine. Let's see if we can override the veto. The real danger, though, is this insane notion that he can legalize millions of non-citizens and turn them into citizens with the stroke of a pen. That is the most dangerous thing I have ever heard in my life coming out of the White House.
I guess I'd love to hear from you in the days going forward. I'm sure there are other places. What can we do with the stroke of the pen to defund?
Well, the House controls the purse strings. I mean, but they would have to defund the White House. In other words, they'd have to say you're not getting paid, and nobody in your staff is getting paid, and nobody. I mean, and.
We can defund all the new programs in the EPA. We can defund. I mean, and what they need to do is they need to make a list of all the things they're going to do.
Well, listen, I'll tell you how scary this is. Say he comes out and he says, all right, the following 6 million people are now citizens of the country. Just say he says that. And then, the system is going to have to go into effect. That needs to be rushed to the Supreme Court of the United States. I mean, it has to be, because it's unconstitutional in extremis. And there's no way that that's constitutional. There's no way it's legal. It's illegal. It's an illegal act. So that has to be rushed there, and then these 6 million people are going to get their hopes up, and they're going to get crushed. And when they do get crushed, they're going to be angry about it at somebody. So we have this thing has to be handled carefully, because there is a potential. Let me just say this. I might be the only guy in the country, saying this, but this thing has the potential to be violent. Okay, and that is a concern to most of us in the country, Mr. President. You can't. Yeah, but he's making promises that he cannot deliver on. They're unconstitutional. Okay, he is not a king. He cannot just.
But that's what they
I know, brother. I know, brother. Thank you, Steve. I love you, brother. Appreciate you. All right. Just getting started. Just getting fired up today. All right. Thursday here in the desert of Southern California. You're tuned in to the Rich Gilgallon Show right here on Newstalk 920 KPSI. Time for our local news with Dapper Dennis Daly. And then we'll be a biggity back right after that sticker.
Hello again, everybody. Dennis Daly, Newstalk 920 KPSI. Here's what's making news. Caltrans has closed the Dillon Road off-ramp from eastbound and westbound I-10 in Coachella. Motorists must get off the freeway at Golf Center Parkway if they want to get to Dillon. La Quinta City Council okaying a plan to finally finish the sprawling Silver Rock property. The initial plan was never realized, only a golf course was built. Now a developer wants to finish the $500 million project by building upscale hotels, a conference center, and other shared facilities. Additionally, the existing golf course will be upgraded. The property was first purchased a dozen years ago. Jurors have cleared a Desert Hot Springs man of a charge that he stole a refrigerator containing $2,500 worth of frozen meat when it fell onto his property from a delivery truck.
The jury returned a not guilty verdict for 68-year-old George Maynard the day after the trial started. The freezer became dislodged from a lobster shanty truck when the driver was looking for a customer's residence last December. Maynard says his 14-year-old grandson found the freezer on his property and used a golf cart to take the meat to his house. He then took the meat to the local VFW post to use as a fundraiser. I'm Michael Collins.
The car brand Audi has been named the official car of the Paribas Open. Audi became a premier sponsor in a 3-year agreement that turning the second and third weeks of next March. City of Indio is strengthening the rules concerning vacation rentals. A lot of changes, including the rentor has to be 21, logs of complaints have to be kept, and you can't overpack the house. Cathedral City sifting through 24 applications from people wanting to open marijuana shops, but the city has said only 3 will open initially. Fundraiser for the Fire Association's plan to build a 9/11 memorial will be from 4 to 9 tonight at the New York Company Restaurant in the 1200 block of South Palm Canyon Drive. The Firemen's Association plans to put up the memorial at the fire station of the Palm Springs International Airport. Dow up 47 points at this hour. I'm Dennis Daly reporting for Newstalk 920 KPSI.
CBS Tonight is all new. First, it's a new Big Bang Theory. Yummy. And after new episodes of Mom and 2.5 Men, don't miss Thursday's funniest new family, the McCarthys.
That feels good when a family expresses their love for each other.
You're an idiot. Then, on a new Elementary, Holmes and Watson take on a case that's mind over matter.
Our only interest is the truth.
All new episodes, CBS Tonight.
And All Stars tonight at 8 on CBS Local 2. We stand for you. The very devices you rely on to protect your family.
What's up?
We're unintentionally hurting everybody, including the ones we love.
How everyday items you use are flooded your home with dangerous microwaves. Monday at 5:30 on CBS Local 2. We stand for you. The most up-to-the-minute election results, with more combined local perspective than anyone else in the Coachella Valley.
The people that worked and made the phone calls, knocked on doors, it's been incredible.
When it comes to news, trust CBS Local 2 and News Channel 3, the Valley's leaders in local news.
Camelot Theater is your movie entertainment oasis. Rory Kennedy's documentary, The Last Days of Vietnam, thought-provoking, moving, and heartbreaking. Advanced Style is a portrait of a stylish woman over 60 whose elegance and allure flies in the face of obsession with youthful beauty. London gay actors win over striking Welsh miners in The Heartfelt Crime. Upstairs, it's Cocktails. Call 325-6565. On Barista Road in Palm Springs, of course, it's Camelot. With what's going on in the financial and insurance world, wouldn't you be more comfortable buying your auto, home, business, medical, or life insurance from a local company? Celebrating 80 years of business in Palm Springs, Weingarten and Huff, they do it all, and they do it well. They represent some of the best insurance companies in the country, and they offer up to 20% credit if they write your homeowner and auto policies.
One call does it all. 325-2526. That's 325-2526 for Weingarten and Huff since 1934.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-545-5022 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-545-5022 to take your call now. Call 800-545-5022. That's 800-545-5022. Again, 800-545-5022.
Okay, for all you men out there who've ever vented about the cost of razor blades or the razor burn that cheap blades give you, I want you to check out Harry's.com today. This is good stuff, guys. At Harry's, you get high-quality razor blades and shaving products for a fraction of drugstore prices. Why pay $32 for razor blades when at Harry's you can find high-quality blades for half the price? And these are expertly crafted, high-quality razors. Harry's owns a factory in Germany that's been making razors for almost 100 years. These guys know what they're doing. And by cutting out the middlemen, Harry's delivers them to you with factory direct prices. Guys, I promise, this is a better quality and better value shave. And right now, you can get Harry's starter set complete with a razor, 3 blades, and shave cream. It's a month worth of shaving for just $15 with free shipping. Plus, visit Harry's.com now and you'll also get $5 off your first order. To get your $5 off, go to Harry's.com now and enter code 1313 at checkout. That's Harry's.com, code 1313.
Welcome back. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. Newstalk 920. KPSI. Got to feel you. Sock it to it now. Great to be with you today. I can't turn you or lose now. If I do, I lose my mind. Can't turn you and lose now. I've got to love you all the time. Can't turn you and lose now. Mine. Oh, what a song. Come on. Is that the good one? All the time. Got to love you. All right, 760-320. I'm dizzy. Hold on a second. Got to wipe the schwitz off my brow here. All right, welcome back to the Rich Gilgallon Show, Newstalk 920 KPSI. Just talking about, I guess, I wish that we could completely bask in the post-election glow, but I just heard Raul Abu Jamal Ruiz on the commercial there for the TV stations saying something about it was very exciting. We're watching you now, brother. You better vote. You better cast some votes. You better not hide. I hope you don't think you can keep hiding. It's really a sad, the election was so great for all across the country. It really was. I was ecstatic until about 8:05. And then when I realized that the people of this district, allegedly 53% or so, actually voted for a guy who didn't vote, who left Congress without casting a vote on immigration reform, without even casting a vote. Not that he voted for it or against it. I don't really, we can argue about the policy. What we can't argue about is the audacity of just not voting. Forget it. I gotta go. I gotta leave town. I got places to go, people to see. Doesn't vote for it. It doesn't cast a vote. And still he's rewarded. He's rewarded by the constituents. That's pathetic. Shame on us. And that's as happy as I was about a Democrat defeat in Maryland, my former home, and Massachusetts, my former home. Republican governors in both of those so-called blue states. That's because people are not stupid, Mr. President. So when he says, when the president goes out there and says, and the 2/3 of Americans that didn't vote, I hear you too. What kind of nonsense statement is that? I'm not saying those 2/3 don't count, but they don't have a say. They had an opportunity to have a say. And I tell you right now, you're lucky those 2/3 probably didn't vote. Because a wave is a wave, brother. And a wave. A lot of Democrats voted for Republicans. Why? Because of your failed policies. And you know, another thing that got him, Harry Reid's position, was we're not going to let anything go to the president's desk that's controversial. And so there wasn't very many votes. Very, very few votes in the Senate. And so what happened was, you know, these guys that did vote with the president wound up voting with the president 98% of the time. And that was drilled into the consciousness of the American people. Mary Landrieu voted with the president 98% of the time. Well, the reason is because nothing got to the desk. And now, you know, those guys and gals that lost are all ticked. They're saying, geez, if you put a few things out there, let us vote, you know, let us vote. We're here to vote. And, you know, the most precious duty of a member of Congress in the House or the Senate, the most precious duty, the duty that people have fought and died to make sure that there is a Congress and a Senate. The most precious duty you have is to cast a vote. And so when you walk away from a vote, like Raul Ruiz has done, without voting, again, I'm not talking about quorum calls and so, you know, sometimes the votes are on things that are not all that important to the rest of the country. They have votes all the time that are, in many cases, just part of Robert's rules of the rules of the House. You know. I'm talking about immigration reform. I'm talking about helping Israel defend itself from Hamas missiles, the vote that you didn't care to vote on. You didn't have the guts to go in there and vote with all your Palestinian friends and vote no. So you skipped that vote too. So we're watching you. Now, maybe in the past, there wasn't a local conservative talk show that's going to hold your feet to the fire, but there is now. So keep an eye on your voting record and make sure you vote. I don't want to hear any more excuses about, well, I had a personal issue. I couldn't cast a ballot on the two most important issues of the year. I was busy. I had to go somewhere. Where? Yeah, it's personal. Okay. I cannot believe that was not the key issue in this campaign. (760-320-8255) right here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. I think the last I heard, Steve Kelly told me earlier today that Bonnie Garcia has not conceded yet. She awaits, I guess, more votes tonight at 6 o'clock, expecting who knows? I don't know. Votes out there. I know there's a lot of votes out there. I don't know. You know, those percentages were pretty high. It would be a shock if she gains 8 percentage points. But hey, you know, different people do it differently. You know, Cheryl might call her. But that's how you do it, by the way. And I've had to do it. You know, when you lose an election, the first thing you do is you call the people that beat you and you say, hey, whatever I can do to help, let me know. Congratulations, a tough race. We dusted it up pretty good, but hey. George Bush, after his so-called drubbing in the polls in the midterm election, took the podium and said, hey, I know they had a lot of nasty things to say about me, but, you know, I know the difference between campaigns and governance. Rich Gilgallon Show. I have about 1 minute for you. First name, please.
Roy from Sky Valley. Okay, 1 minute.
Hey, Roy in Sky Valley. How you doing, buddy?
I'm pretty good today. Anyhow, I think our next focus needs to be Louisiana.
Yeah, it's the focus of the nation will be on Louisiana. You better believe it, brother.
It was 40 to 42 in favor of the Democrats.
Yeah, but that's you know, when it's
18% left out there, but the whole thing on December 6th is going to be turnout.
Yeah, she polls.
Let me see what the video I saw today on Ben Carson. He was changing his registration to Republican.
Yes, he is.
What I noted was how carefully he did everything. The signature, he checked to make sure it was $1 before he wrote the check.
Yep.
Everything he checked twice before he did it. I just noticed that.
Well, I like the guy, and you know, there's a lot of talk about a campaign for Dr. Ben Carson.
Very careful man. So I expect to see him in Louisiana.
All right, brother. Thank you. Appreciate the call. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. You're tuned in to Newstalk 920 KPSI.
How do you care for your car? Do you wait until a flashing red light on your dashboard warns you've got engine trouble now? Or do you schedule regular service? Same question applies to your body. Do you wait until a pain or an ache tells you something's wrong? Or do you get periodic medical checkups? We're Desert Oasis Healthcare, the largest provider of patient-centered coordinated healthcare in the Coachella Valley, a leader in innovative healthcare management. And experience tells us the more attention you pay to your good health, the more good health you'll have. With our skilled team of 110 primary care physicians and 250 specialists, DOHC provides healthcare for Valley residents from newborns to seniors. In addition, we have immediate care centers in Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Indio, and Yucca Valley. To learn more about us, visit mydohc.com or find us on Facebook. Desert Oasis Healthcare. Your health, your life, our passion.
iHeartRadio can save the moment. You're part of the daily grind shared by millions.
What's up?
Called the Workday. Reducing your boss's plans for success. Your radio signal barely gets through the fortress of steel. No problem. Listen online to your favorite stations clear as a bell with iHeartRadio. Plus, create commercial-free custom playlists. Type in an artist or song, and it does the rest. Experience the new iHeartRadio app on your phone, online, Xbox, and at iHeartRadio.com. It's free.
Selfies? Selfies? Really? Well, Dr. Robert Rentz at North Palm Springs may not know how to do it, but he couldn't be happier. Because if people are taking selfies, it means they're smiling, having fun, and sharing it with the world. But if you have chipped, missing, or discolored teeth, and you hesitate to smile, don't worry. It's an easy fix. Call Dr. Robert Rentz today and get a free consultation. Bob has been helping your neighbors get a healthy, beautiful smile for over 35 years. He's a master of general dentistry. So whether your dental needs are complex or simple, Dr. Rentz can get you smiling again. And don't let the lack of insurance hold you back either. It's more affordable than you may think. Call Bob at 760-325-1108. Again, that's 760-325-1108. And go see our patient selfies online at drrobertrenz.com.
Do you have liver disease? A support group offers free help. The next Palm Desert meeting is this Monday, November 10th at 11 a.m. in the Portola Community Center. Special guest is Dr. Jonathan Fisher, transplant surgeon from Scripps Center for Organ and Cell Transplantation. All patients with liver disease, their families, and caregivers will gain emotional and educational support and referral for transplant if needed. For information, call Jack Burke at 760-902-0790. 760-902-0790.
Are you ready for some football? Here's Coach Rich Gilgallon. Join me for Monday Night Football at Schmitty's Tavern in Palm Desert. We'll have prize giveaways, including car washes, gift cards, food certificates, Las Vegas getaway, Jamie's Clubhouse and sports items on our Newstalk 9.8. So get here early and grab a square. Plus, you can qualify for our monthly grand prize from Game Room Gallery, given away at the end of each month, September through December. And at our big end of the season party in February, we'll be giving away a recliner, a big screen TV, courtesy of More Furniture, and a golf cart from Fairway Golf Cart. So join me every Monday night with Schmitty's for a great drink, beer, and food specials all game long. We are back at Schmitty's for our Monday Night Football party. Schmitty's Tavern on Highway 111 and Fred Wary Drive in Palm Desert. Our Monday Night Football party, sponsored by Fairway Golf Cart, More Furniture, Game Room Gallery, Schmitty's Tavern, and Newstalk 920 KPSI. Start your Sundays every Sunday with a new perspective, an eternal perspective. Every Sunday from 7 to 8, it's the Eternal Perspective, brought to you by Men of Messiah. Men of Messiah, a group of local men dedicated to promoting the Word of God. Tune in every Sunday at 7 o'clock for Chuck DeVoe and Rich Gilgallon, brought to you by Men of Messiah. It's the Eternal Perspective. Join us 7 a.m. every Sunday morning.
Welcome back. The Rich Gilgallon Show. The Mother's Lament right here. And earning the pitman's pay. Every time I hear these people talk about, every time I hear the president say, I took over the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. But
time to be learning the collier's job and learning.
I don't see any 8-year-olds in coal mines in the United States of America. And, you know, to compare the Great Depression to what happened 6 years ago is absurd. No, my grandfather was a coal miner when he was 9 years old. Okay, that was when things were tough. It's a lot different than losing a $500,000 house because you got an interest-only loan and had to leave. By the way, I heard yesterday that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are looking for some of that dough back. By the way, you know, a lot of people were forced to, I mean, you know, through the stupid system that we had at the time to leave houses behind, condominiums behind. They got these interest-only loans, and when that changed, they couldn't make the payments. They lost the houses, and that was not the Great Depression. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. First name, please.
Ray.
Hi, Ray. How are you, buddy?
Pretty good.
How can I help you today?
I just listened to this speech you gave yesterday.
The speech? Who? The speech? Who?
All communists get around to talking like that.
Specifically, right. What?
Next thing you have to watch out for is usually communists, when people don't go along with them.
Yeah, they wind up in a gulag. They wind up in a gulag somewhere, Ray. Are you? And are you concerned about that with this president? Is that your point?
He started this whole thing with the illegals for a reason. Not that he gives a damn about them.
Yeah.
He's doing it for a reason.
You think he's just trying to? He's just trying to stir up trouble, Ray.
Oh.
All right, Ray. Thanks, buddy. Hey, this is the situation. The president thinks he's smarter than everybody. He does. He really does. You can see it. He's just smarter. You're smarter than you and me. After all, he told a crowd one day, I'm a constitutional professor. I know something about the Constitution. Well, what he doesn't seem to realize, according to my friends at Breitbart today, Tony Lee in particular, who I really enjoy, he says, though the mainstream press, liberals, and establishment Republicans incessantly declare that Republicans can't win Hispanics without passing massive amnesty legislation, 2 Republicans who ran on border security and against amnesty received a significant amount of support from who? Latino voters. The people that have done this the right way. GOP Texas Governor-elect Greg Abbott received 44% of the Latino vote, a Republican for governor, which was more than the 38% of the Hispanic vote that Republican Governor Rick Perry, who enacted and supported Texas' version of the DREAM Act, received in 2010. Hispanics, according to the Times, make up 17% of the electorate in Texas, which trails only California in its Latino population. In Georgia, GOP Senate candidate David Perdue, who signed the Federation of American Immigration Reform anti-amnesty pledge and ran strongly against President Barack Obama's executive amnesty, received 42% of the Hispanic vote. 42%. You see, because the left wants you to think, and wants the Hispanic people to think, that they have no hope without them. But we know the Hispanic people. They're right here. I mean, I know they work hard, man. And guess what? They're not crazy about Planned Parenthood either, to be honest with you. They're not crazy about a president who stands in front of Planned Parenthood and says, God bless you for all of the great work you've done. 50 million abortions. They're not deaf. And they can't be manipulated. See, the left is trying to manipulate. Now, you look at the facts. The facts of the matter are clear. The Big Tent Party is now the GOP. It should be the BTP, Big Tent Party. The youngest congresswoman ever elected, African-American from Utah, Republican. Got a young, awesome, young African-American senator from South Carolina. Awesome. It's not the GOP anymore. It's the BTP, the Big Tent Party. That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about. All right, it's the Rich Gilgallon Show. Take our national news break. When I come back, I got a big player in studio with me today. I got one of these guys, one of these power brokers, the behind the scenes guy. I'm bringing him out into the open today. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. I'll be back right after this on Newstalk 920 KPSI. Stick around. What's up, brother?
Hey, crazy one.
You just
gonna get a little vanilla fudge for our bumper.
I am gonna get it. I got it right here.
Here, this is for you for later on.
Okay. Beautiful.
And then Nancy wants me to mention it somewhere.
Yeah, we'll throw it in there for sure. Just in a few seconds that I'll take you out to my office.
So what's going on?
Just trying to stay alive there, bro.
We gotta get a plea out for sponsors.
Yeah, I can't do that on the show, but we gotta get that plea.
No, we can do it behind the scenes though.
When we come back, we'll be okay. All right. This is the video broadcast, so I might need you in one more chair over there, buddy.
Oh, okay. Over here?
Yeah, that's good right there.
Oh, I should put my head on that.
I'll put the books up there.
I like that suggestion about the Veterans Day.
Yeah, you know who does that brilliantly is Dennis Prager on Memorial Day. It's the best radio show I think I've ever heard.
What is? Oh, yeah, so you put the camera.
Yeah. That should do it. Come on outside with me. So I up on a little cancerous.
Oh gosh, you still doing that?
Yeah.
Saturdays at 9. The Hot Talk is on Newstalk 920 KPSI Palm Springs.
From ABC News. I'm Sherry Preston. President Obama is inviting congressional leaders to the White House tomorrow with Friday lunch planning hopes of moving forward on key issues. ABC's Jeff Selby has more on one topic that may lead to some lively conversation.
Speaker John Boehner warning President Obama not to act alone on immigration.
It will pass the well, and there will be no chance for immigration reform will be demonstrated.
But the White House is moving closer to bypassing Congress. Speaker Boehner said that would be a mistake in the wake of deep Democratic defeats in the midterm elections.
When you play with matches, when you take the risk of burning yourself, and he's going to burn himself, if you continue to get out this path.
It's one of many issues on the table when the president meets face to face with top congressional leaders on Friday. Jeff Selby, ABC News, the Capitol.
A French member of the elite Al-Qaeda cell is believed to have been killed in a series of American airstrikes.
David Gilgallon was part of the Khorasan group, an Al-Qaeda cell operating in Syria and believed to be focusing on attacks against the West. Pentagon said Gilgallon was one of the leaders of Khorasan, one of its most dangerous members, even the main target of U.S. airstrikes in northwestern Syria. The Khorasan group is thought to be working with Al-Qaeda bomb makers from Yemen down a passenger jet bound to the U.S. from Europe.
Log on to Facebook, help the fight against Ebola. CEO Mark Zuckerberg says they started posting donate button that shows up in your news feed by clicking and give money.
Use on Facebook or yes, to share information with people infected in surrounding countries about how to prevent, detect, and get help for Ebola.
Health officials say the nasal spray version of the flu vaccine protection.
Yeah, but with all due respect to people that have illness, now you got to remember that we're broadcasting, even when we're not on the radio. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But the overall, the economy is just,
We'll put that one down. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now you're producing.
Hey, not my first time,
This is not your first rodeo.
In fact, I got a message to call the Desert Sun. They want to interview me.
Good.
On my way over here.
Yeah.
But it's, I'll tell you, I really feel. I knew Bonnie was going to lose. I told her from day one when she hired the consultant she hired.
I gotta put this headset over here. This one. Up on there.
But I felt bad for Brian because he felt part of this whole thing. But the Democrats, you got to give them credit. They wanted to get rid of Jeff Stone so they could put a Democrat.
Well, that's your opinion now. That is not.
Oh no, that's there. Jerry Brown will fill the seat.
I know that, but I still don't believe.
And that will tell us whether Jerry Brown's going to run for the presidency.
I hope he does.
Hey Jim, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good, good. You look good. U.S. Marine Corps.
Here, one more seat over.
Are you up there?
No. Is my mic up?
No, I mean, is anything on?
Yeah.
Okay. Scott Systems on. Okay.
Yeah. Why, can't hear it?
No, somebody just called in and I said to Brody, I said, as far as I know, 920 is on the air.
Are we not on the air?
It's been going
the
off
air
and on.
monitor. Okay. Yeah, that's the air monitor. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I told him, I said, as far as I know, we're
She
on.
probably has it on 910.
Yeah, that's always a problem. How's business?
Oh, escrow, yeah, we're busy. I was telling him, I was so funny when he was on the air yesterday. I had these people from Texas in the car. They're looking at horse ranches. And Gary Stone calls in and they heard him. And they
stepped
said,
down.
call in because we'll tell them about Texas.
Remember all the stories about the lava headed toward that town, the big
Gotta
island of
love
Hawaii?
Texas.
All those people evacuated with the lava flow.
Thanks, Gino.
Make it good, boys.
It's always good.
Could become more activated in the coming days. Now things seem to be on hold in that volcano. This is
That's
ABC
good about that
News.
thing. Stop.
If you're an individual investor looking for tax-free income, consider municipal bonds.
You ever
Jim
been over and watch that volcano?
Well, I've been to Oahu, but I've never been to the Big Island.
No, I love the Big Island.
Jim MacArthur gave me his condo for my honeymoon. Dano. So I mean, stay in Dano's condo.
There you go.
On Oahu.
We drove all the way around Big Island.
Yeah, I mean, I loved Hawaii. The first day,
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC
I'm going to
News.
pot this down and put our music up.
Oh, boys!
You don't need them. You don't need them. You don't need them, Jim.
I'll be back.
Everybody seen Richie? Huh? I'm gonna keep coming back until somebody remembers seeing Richie.
Welcome back to the Rich Gilgallon Show. Newstalk 920, KPSI, in the desert of Southern California. We're rocking and rolling here, baby. Yeah. Got Jim Stewart in studio. He's rocking and rolling.
Yeah, one of the best drummers in the business. Carmine Apiece.
All right.
And Timmy Bogart.
Why don't you, babe? Sing it out there, Jimmy boy.
That's Mr. Mark. Man, that was going to be a cantor.
All right. And a little special welcome, former conspirator with Vanilla Fudge, Jim Stewart, in studio with us from the Lincoln Club of Greater Palm Springs, not to be confused with Lesser Palm Springs.
That's right.
How you doing there, brother?
Brother, good. How you doing?
Fresh off the campaign just ending.
Yes.
Watch the red wave roll tide all the way through the United States of America, knocking off one liberal after another. And,
right.
and unfortunately, the wave hit a wall at the California border.
California, Oregon, and Washington.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a little depressing. I mean, Jerry Brown wins with what he had, 95% of the vote or some ridiculous thing.
No, actually, Kashkari, I think, was up in the high 30s. So.
Kashkari is not a flamethrower. He's not a fire breather. He's sort of a moderate.
Right, but he'll be back for something. But there's some great hopes there. The Ashley Swearingen and Pete Peterson. I'm sure they'll both be back.
Well, my guy Ron Gold is
he's funny.
He is my guy, man. I'm so sorry that he could not get elected Attorney General. It's impossible. At this stage of the game, it's impossible.
California is impossible, and we're lucky that we avoided the supermajority with a couple of good Republican wins in the Senate and Assembly. It stops the supermajority. So, the Assembly will not be as contentious as it was, so ready to raise more taxes. But, California is just...
Has anybody ever asked Jerry Brown in a press conference, Governor, do you believe that the citizens of California are overtaxed and that the businesses of California are overtaxed? Has anybody ever asked him that point-blank question?
No, because the media, the media owns, he owns the media here, just like, what I don't get about some of the media people, a lot of them, it's their pocketbooks are getting taxed too. But the idea of it is that this is California.
And I have said before, and this, there's no maximum amount of taxes that you can pay. I mean, you can pay as much if your tax bill is $2,000 and you want to pay 10, I mean, you certainly the state will accept it gratefully.
Oh,
Yeah, but they're always always prepared to have everybody else's spend money.
I think one of the biggest things that people of California don't realize is all the businesses that are not coming here, and what it costs.
Very true.
I'll give you just one quick example of one of my clients, which is people knows Applebee's. Cost about $3 million to put together and buy land and build an Applebee's in California.
$3 million. Now, if you were to build that Applebee's in Nevada or Texas,
the last one in Arizona was less than $2 million.
Well, that's a lot of dough, especially in a startup.
And then at the same time,
now are those bought by? I forget the term.
They're franchises.
Franchises,
Yeah.
right? So those are franchises,
right? But the idea of it is that when you have a national menu, whether it be Applebee's or In-N-Out or IHOP. These are all national menus.
Right.
So they can't charge differently. But in California, because they want to be here, a lot of them pay a lot of extra money. And then a lot of franchises are not coming to California for that reason. And some are actually leaving California.
It's very true. Jim Stewart is with us here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. It's great to be with you today. And gorgeous throwback Thursday.
Wonderful out.
Perfect time of year to be here. We suffered through the summer. And you scoot up to Big Bear a little bit.
Yeah, we have a
little concern up there.
We have a little concern.
Well,
Nancy has her little nesting.
Well, let's give Nestings a little commercial here.
Yeah.
Where is that up there?
That's up there right on Big Bear Boulevard. She took over the Group 1 office and gave me a little postage stamp spot for my desk.
Yeah.
When we got rid of, when we downsized the office and didn't have a lot of employees, she took over, I think, about 1,700 square feet. And it's all great furniture and it's like knickknacks and things.
A little tchotchke shop?
Oh, it's a tchotchke shop. And she's had all kinds of great people that come in, and it's a lot of fun. And everybody, and we have our official greeter, which is Spirit, is our beautiful Blue Merrill and Timberwolf mix.
Oh, hello. Well, what's the dog's name?
His name is Spirit.
All right, hello, Spirit.
Yeah, and he's out there greeting everybody that comes in.
Well, listen, not every guest that we have on the program comes prepared with a yellow legal pad. So,
Carl Rove uses the white chalk.
Yeah,
I have the yellow legal pad.
Well, let's we've asked you to come in to give us your take on what took place, not just here in California but around the country. What do you got? What do you got going on?
Well, there's a lot going on. I think right here in California, the race that. The one surprise that I had was Brian Estandi. I thought that was a winning race from day one. The registration was there, but the voters didn't turn out. The Republican turnout in this district was very low.
What was it? Do we know?
I don't have the official tabulation yet, but I know according to Riverside County was 30%.
Well, that was the turnout nationwide for voters in general.
Right. So Riverside was right in there. I think that part of the deal and part of the loss for Brian and Bonnie was the fact that a huge group of Democrats, very smartly run. The Democrats, I have to say, in Riverside County, and especially the Eastern County, are very smart.
Mm-hmm.
They decided that, and this is what's wrong with the top two vote getters. They decided, let's knock off Jeff Stone into the Senate.
In other words, get him elected.
Get him elected to the Senate so that Jerry Brown will fill that seat.
Now, I know that is become somewhat of a popular theory among the cognoscenti, like guys like you and others. But I wonder if that.
Oh, I talked to some of the organizers.
If that message was really,
it was
because I didn't hear it or see it anywhere.
No, it came from Temecula. It came from Temecula, but they got into a lot of the crowd out here, certain Democrats, and everybody figured, well, at least with Jerry Brown, they'll get a Democrat.
Well, it adds an interesting fire, a log to the fire. I think that Bonnie Garcia lost, not because of.
She lost because of a terrible ad that kept going. Her consultants, and we told her in the beginning, if she stayed with those consultants, she was going to lose. Those consultants, they take home all that money, and they lost the race. And they're the same consultants that have lost races out here continuously.
and primarily, based on these negative personal attack ads. I mean, they're not issue oriented. And I think, to be honest, even having heard Bonnie right here in the studio say, I have nothing to do with that ad. And as you pointed out, legally, she does have nothing to do with the ad.
Nothing to do with it.
But she kept talking about it anyway. I mean, she said on the one hand, she didn't have anything to do with the ad. And on the other hand, all she wanted to talk about is a guy flashing a badge.
Right. And I mean, that was an issue. And it was there. You get it out, get it on, and then let's talk about why you want to be elected and what you're going to do. The people in the Coachella Valley, she lost it here.
And that came a little too late. The ad that she ran the last weekend, where she said that, I'm proud of the fact that I did not participate in any negative campaigning. I mean, I just don't think people bought that. I mean, I really don't. No. If you want to be a bulldog, that's okay.
Right. We now, between Nancy and I, we know 7 people that voted from the Coachella Valley that voted against her, that would have voted for her because of that ad. And, it goes on, but it also, unfortunately, that wedge for Jeff Stone on the other side of the fence did hurt Brian. Had nothing to do with her ad.
Because it brought more Democrats out to vote. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Well, it's interesting that, as you say that, the Democrats, that was really all they had to vote for.
That's right.
Because they had nobody on the ballot. They did have, obviously, assembly candidates on the ballot, and they did well.
They did okay, but the idea of it is that Chad Mays won by the same margin that he would have won anyway.
Right.
But the bottom line is that the Democrats were smart enough to realize we can get a supervisorial seat that we can never win.
All right, that's Inside Baseball. Jim Stewart is with us. You're tuned in. By the way, Nancy, you can watch your husband on video on newstalk920.com, Google Plus, or YouTube. Just put in Rich Gilgallon, and the show will come up live. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. We'll be back right after this. Stick around.
Conditioning system work in a hurry?
Call the General.
When you want the job done right the first time?
Call the General.
You bet. General Air Conditioning and Heating is the best little air conditioning company in the desert. Get a Service Plus agreement and you'll always get a discount on parts and labor and priority service too. So if you really want one less thing to worry about,
call the General. And that's in order.
General Air Conditioning and Heating.
Good for you, brother. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Or log on to callthegeneral.com.
That's all right. We got time. We can, we're not under the gun. It's going good.
I'll give you some predictions for 16 and people to watch.
Hello, Frank Harris, President General Air.
I'll make some predictions.
Make a few predictions, brother.
Mike McCullough used to say,
comfort, safety,
can't believe it. You say it, 2 years later, it actually happens.
Call the General at 760-772-3400 for more information on a complete home performance audit. Or get more
so I gotta go over to the
If you've got an IRA,
DMV, I gotta pay a fine.
I've got some really bad news
for
IRS wants you to
when the day I went home, I sold a Mercedes.
They give you a tax break and contribute. Sounds good, right? Wrong.
Apparently,
qualified plan could
the guy
be a
didn't
tax
do the paperwork,
disaster
or I screwed up. I don't know, because it was the last day I was here.
Already going up. Imagine paying a
so that's
tax
I got they froze my what little I had in my bank account.
It's an alternative. The ultra rich you that beats the pants off your IRA or 401k. It's been around for years.
They go after the little guy like you wouldn't believe.
I mean, I got $100 in that.
No income taxes.
I was in Walmart trying. I had the food and the you know how bad you feel when you're in Walmart. You got the food, and I'm swiping the card and it's not taking it, And then I walked over to Bank of America and it was 0.00, which I knew something must be up because it's never. It's either
Yeah, they do it to the little guy. They don't do it to the big guys. You ever notice they never do it to the big guys? I mean, I'm going through it with a client right now in Cathedral City. They're going after her for a wall on her property that was approved with a project she was going to put on before the city bankrupted her and all the fees and everything to get her project approved, and finally she had to give up and sell the project, put it up for sale. Now they want her to take down a wall That was approved.
You're busy. You're busy. You keep pretty busy with all the really
Right now, we are very busy. I mean, there's a lot going on. The economy is good for certain points of this.
Well, I've noticed, I noticed a couple of empty buildings or people are taking shots at. So
yeah, there's things happening.
I saw the Big Five in Cathedral City jumped into that 99-cent.
Yeah, no, I that's something I don't understand. They moved all the way up there when I had the most perfect property that we're going to probably wind up putting Dixon. Another right across the street from the Field of Dreams. Why would you go all the way up there when you have a property right across the street from the Field of Dreams?
That spot has not worked for anything.
No.
Sears had a little outlet store.
Yeah, no, we spent quite a bit of money. We bought all the appliances for our beach house in that Sears and had it delivered.
Yeah, and then they closed it down.
Every day, right here on Newstalk 920 KPSI from noon until.
So we got alley-oop or something to play?
My friends,
Alley-oop or something now for the next come in?
And the Rich Gilgallon Show.
No, not alley-oop.
Newstalk 920.
A little something for you, though.
Start your Sundays, every Sunday, with a new perspective, an eternal perspective. Every Sunday from 7 to 8, it's the Eternal Perspective, brought to you by the Men of Messiah. Men of Messiah, a group of local men dedicated to promoting the Word of God. Tune in every Sunday at 7 o'clock for Chuck DeVoe and Rich Gilgallon, brought to you by Men of Messiah. It's the Eternal Perspective. Join us 7 a.m. every Sunday morning.
Welcome back. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. Newstalk 920 KPSI. It's great to be with you today. Just trying to keep Jimmy Stewart calm and serene. This is usually after Jim gets done talking to his beautiful wife, Nancy. This is usually Nancy's reaction. She just wants to, just wants to scream. I'm not frightened of dying. Everybody's got to go sometime.
Yeah. I almost went.
Both of us. All right, 760. Well, we're not going to take any calls because I'm in an interview mode right now. Just want to hear a little of this amazing woman right here. Just a little. Right here. Honey,
yeah.
Let me get the garbage out. It's an amazing cut right there.
It is.
The big gig in the sky and Pink Floyd there. And this, I'll tell you, when you see that live, I mean, it's one of the greatest non-lyric rock and roll songs, I think, of all time.
A great group, too. I mean,
crazy.
We both have been there looking at that light.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not frightened of dying. Everybody's got to go sometime.
Well, I at one time there, I thought I would never see my backyard again. And
I know you were down there, buddy, but you're back now. You're back pulling strings and, Have
a great wife, a great nurse. I mean, she's been there 24/7.
Yeah.
She slept in the hospital room with me.
Well, listen, you can't. Do you think that she softens you a little bit?
Probably.
Yeah.
Especially now.
She runs a great meeting too, by the way. She's the king of the Lincoln Club, Greater Palm Springs.
Well, Palm Springs Aerial Tram.
And the tram.
She's on the tram board there, and but she's involved.
Well, you guys have been active, in not just politics, but in government locally for an awful long time.
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
And she's also very active in her church. And at the oldest church here in Palm Springs, and she goes to her to meetings there. I mean, how she does it, I don't know. I mean.
All right, let's while we're talking about the Lincoln Club of Greater Palm Springs, not to be confused, by the way, with lesser
Palm Springs.
The Lincoln Club is celebrating their 10th anniversary at Smoke Tree Ranch. And by the way, let me say that again, at Smoke Tree Ranch.
Smoke Tree Ranch. We're back to Smoke Tree.
Smoke Tree Ranch, if you haven't been there for an occasion, is off the charts.
It is.
And so
This will be on the patio with the fireplace going.
That's gorgeous. We used to have our Christmas party over there.
And if people people want to book ahead of time, they'll be able to stay for dinner.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a celebration of 10 years of being together and looking at the future. There'll be a new board installed at the Christmas dinner at Smoke Tree Ranch.
Tuesday, November the 18th.
That's the party.
From 4:30 to 6:30, so it's, you know, a good time.
And they're going to give you tours of Smoke Tree, of the cabins.
You get
People
tours
that come, they get tours of the cabins. It's going to be cocktails on the patio with hors d'oeuvres. And as the sun sets and you're sitting by that fireplace, I mean, unbelievable.
All right, what else we got on the yellow legal pad there? So
well, on my yellow board, not to confuse with Carl's whiteboard.
Yes.
I have some predictions. I have women to watch, you know, especially here in the Valley. Some of the big winners, all Republican women.
Well, Jan Harnick.
Jan Harnick is a major one to watch.
I agree.
Jan's going to go up further. And you still have Linda Evans.
Linda Evans.
Elaine Holmes and Aurora.
Now, you might have heard me yesterday. I thanked Don Adolph for an amazing
time,
amazing career as a public servant in the city council, as the mayor of La Quinta. A good man,
very good man.
I think he got. I think sometimes times change. You know.
Well, times change, and people's outlook changes, and you know, the Democrats put out this whole thing of war on women. But look at all the women that won.
It's absurd.
I mean, Mia Love won.
Yeah, it's a great.
You know, Joni Ernst. I mean, there's another one to watch in the future.
And you want to talk about a resume that's tough to beat. You know, a soldier, a mother. I mean, the commercial. The commercial was breathtaking.
Oh, that was great.
A mother, a soldier. You know, and
I loved her line about how castrating the hogs, and then after she's elected,
make them squeal,
and we're going to make them squeal.
She knows. I mean, she's from Iowa. They don't blanch at castration
right.
in Iowa. Okay.
I mean, but you know, we have some. I mean, but these local women who all won.
Well, those are two. I think you're right. I think Jan
and Linda and we
Linda
have
Evans
and Elaine Holmes and Aurora Wilson.
And Linda Evans ran an old-fashioned, you know, go get 'em campaign. Right. You know, and I think you know, with all due respect to Don, I just don't think he was up for that. I don't think he wanted to do it.
And one of the amazing things about the Valley is 6 cities now. 6 of our 9 cities have Republican majorities.
On their city councils.
On their city councils.
It's amazing.
And women make up those majorities.
Republican women.
Republican women.
Well, we know that nothing gets done without Republican women.
They're the greatest workforce there is, number one. Number two, you know, they tell us what to do, and we do it.
I know. I know they certainly tell me what to do, and I do it.
And, you know, but it's interesting because in all the races out here, I mean, Ruiz won by fluke and not by Senator.
Well, listen, this is 2 flukes in a row now. I think we have to start, you know, I give him some credit. I don't understand.
Well, it was a wave for Democrats because of other issues. Brian's campaign, you know, Brian's a great guy, would have been a great congressman, didn't have a good campaign team. Yeah. You know, the 2 Republicans that lost both had bad campaign teams. They were good campaigners. They were good people, but it was the consultants and it was the other people that don't know Coachella Valley, and they don't understand Coachella Valley politics.
You're a good guy for me to ask this question to because let me just make sure I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
You're okay. I can see you're okay.
You know, I come from East Coast politics, and I have to say, you know, that it was a little bit frustrating for me coming from congressional campaigns on the East Coast. And to see how they run out here, it's a lot different. I mean, you know, there's like campaign 101 stuff, like a fundraiser is you got to hire a professional fundraiser first, you know, and he gets 10% of whatever he brings in.
And you have the consultants, and they all go home with all the money, and you lose your seat.
Yeah.
Or you lose the opportunity. And when you constantly use the same consultants that constantly lose in that community.
Yeah, you wonder
why are you even doing that?
And I guess there are 400 something precincts in this congressional district. And when we run congressional races on the East, that's where we focus. It doesn't matter even who you're running against. When you're trying to build a quote campaign, you build it from the ground up. I mean, you build it from square one. I think out here, candidates and consultants spend so much time on endorsements
and wasteful mailers.
And wasteful mailers.
The more crap you put in somebody's mailbox, the less they're likely to vote for you.
And again, there was an awful lot of negativity. But anyway, that's just
on the positive side, though. Beware. Watch for Mia Love. Watch for Joni Ernst. I mean, these are people that are going places. We have and Ashley Swearingen. I'm sure she's coming back. And here in California, she fell victim to that wave.
But we have some others too. I mean,
she didn't have any money.
We have Governor Sarah Palin, who was a candidate for vice president of the United States, who is despised by the left, and I adore her.
Right. But I think if Mitt Romney would have taken somebody like her or Condoleezza Rice.
Well, that's the candidate. I saw her on TV today again.
She's the vice president. If the Republicans don't take somebody like her in 2016, I don't care who they put up. They're not going to win.
Well, I think you're right. I think there'll be a representation of the Big Tent party on that ticket. I have no.
Well, I'll give you the prediction. I'm predicting.
Hold the prediction. Hold the prediction, because we got to take a break, because it's time for Dapper Dennis Daily and our local news, and then we'll be back right after that on the Rich Gilgallon Show, Newstalk 920, KPSI.
Hello again, everybody. Dennis Daily, Newstalk 920, KPSI, and here's what's making news. Caltrans says that the continual closure continues on the Dillon Road off-ramps from eastbound and westbound Interstate 10.
What's going on down there?
Motorists have to get off the freeway at Gulf Center Parkway if they want to get to Dillon. FBI agents say they're continuing to try to find out who fired shots at a mosque in Coachella Valley and why. The shots rang out about 5 o'clock Tuesday morning at the Islamic Society of the Valley on Avenue 49. The building and a vehicle were struck. No one was hurt. The shooting is being investigated as a possible hate crime. A man who was inadvertently shot by Palm Springs police last year is getting a settlement from the city.
We don't yet know how much it will be, but the settlement has been approved by the Palm Springs City Council. Benjamin Meza was hit in the leg by a stray bullet in January of last year as police opened fire on a burglary suspect nearby. Meza was minding his own business, walking his dog on South Camino Real at the time. I'm Gene Nichols.
La Quinta City Council okaying a plan to finally finish the sprawling Silver Rock property development. It all started about 12 years ago, but the idea fell through. Only the golf course was finished. Now a developer wants to finish the $500 million project, building hotels, a conference center, homes, and upgrading the golf course. The investigation continues into the cause of another apartment fire. Yesterday morning, just before 11, 2 people suffered minor injuries when a fire struck an attic in the Los Serenas apartment complex that was on Country Club Drive. City of Indio is strengthening its city's rules about who can rent a vacation property.
Feel good? You okay?
Yeah.
Enjoying this?
Party
I love this.
Called derisively by neighbors.
And we're educated.
Did you happen to be tuning in when I played my car accident? That was an amazing thing. I scared to death. I thought I killed the guy.
That
was really something. Yeah, I was listening to it.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average.
Yeah, you're on automatic.
69 points.
Huh? You're on automatic on all the radios.
Standard & Poor's up 8.
Awesome.
Weather just great. 89 today, 64 overnight, and over the weekend, the high 91. I'm Dennis Daly reporting for Newstalk 920 KPSI.
Camelot Theater is your movie entertainment oasis. Rory Kennedy's documentary, The Last Days of Vietnam. Thought-provoking, moving.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll cut
Advanced
this one
Style is a portrait of a stylish woman over 60 whose elegance and allure flies in the face of obsession with youthful beauty. London gay activists win over striking Welsh miners in The Heartfelt Pride. Upstairs, it's Cocktails.
Legendary Russell Hara.
65 on Barista Road in Palm Springs. Of course, it's Camelot.
Eliminate fear of house floods forever. Hey, it's the coach, Rich Gilgallon. Are you away from your
tell
desert
these
property
guys
for an
to
extended
get
period
up
of
in
time?
big bed.
Have you received a call
They'd be
that
big
your
in big
house
bed.
is flooded, toilet overflow,
yeah, they would
washing
be up
machine
there, yeah.
broken pipe?
I'll introduce you
Do I
to him.
have
He's
a
a great
solution
guy.
for you? Water
Really is
cop,
super good.
water cop, water cop.
One drop,
Automatic water
literally.
shut-off system.
One
will
drop
eliminate
comes
all
out of
fear
any
water
pipe
damage
connection.
to your house forever.
Water gets
It's
shut off
amazing.
at
If
the
one drop leaks,
front
And you know,
door.
with the new deals now,
and
the
you'll get a
fines,
call.
if
No more
if that
sleepless
happens.
Yeah, that's another.
That's
Yeah.
something they should be pointing
Perfect.
out.
Back home.
I'll mention
as
that to
well.
him.
Call 760-564-8840. That's 564-8840. Go to homefloodprevention.biz. That's homefloodprevention.biz. Water cop. Stop water damage before it starts. Go to homefloodprevention.biz. Water cop is recommended by insurance companies. And of course, the coach, Rich Gilgallon. That's 760-564-8840. 760-564-8840. Water cop, water cop, water cop.
Life. It's good. Yep.
I tell you, he loves
But
that spot.
It can still
He
pile
loves
up.
that spot.
Yeah,
I was going
we
to go to
get
him, but he
that.
only does
And
implants.
sometimes,
Oh, right.
well,
Yeah, yeah.
you find yourself adjusting
I called
that
to get my
to-do
bridge
list.
fixed, and they only do
We
implants.
get
Oh, really?
that too.
I'm surprised.
But at Dr. Robert Wren's office,
Check
your
that.
oral health is at the top of our
But
list.
water cop, the guy says,
Always.
man, nobody ever
Dr.
says water
Wren's
cop
makes
anymore.
certain
They always say water
it's
cop,
Bob's
water cop, water
passion,
cop. They
not
say
his
it 3
profession.
times. Every
And
time they
has
call
been
me, they
for
go,
over
this water cop,
35
water cop,
years,
water
Palm
cop.
Springs,
There you go.
giving his
That's
patients.
what I do. Can I tell you? That's what I do. I separate you from the pack.
That's why he became an MAGD. That means Master of General Dentistry.
20 seconds.
Master. And it's easy to get started with a free consultation. Call Dr. Wren's at 760-325-1108. Or find Dr. Wren's online at drrobertwrens.com. Get started on your healthy smile. Call us at 760-325-1108.
Wiggity, wiggity. Welcome back.
The lonely.
Only the lonely. What a voice. Yeah.
Greatest voice in the business.
He could have done opera if he wanted
Yeah.
to. I mean, he's an operatic. Know the way I feel tonight.
One of the nicest guys you could ever meet in the business, too.
Is that right, Roy?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if it was up to me, Jim, you and I would be talking about the Monterey Jazz Festival.
Oh, the Monterey Pop
Pop Festival. And not so much about, Jeff Stone, Bonnie Garcia, and everything else. But
I was in the booth making that album.
But we'll continue our discussion on politics, national, international, and local with my friend Jim Stewart from the Lincoln Club.
I do got to give everybody the address for the smoke tree.
Please do.
You know, if they want to respond to Lincoln Club of Greater PS at yahoo.com or by calling Nancy at 413-1950 for reservations for the November 18th event at the historic.
Yeah, it's spectacular joint over there.
I mean, Smoke Tree Ranch is quite something.
Really is something.
And you'll get a tour of the place.
And let's, all that aside, the reason why we're even talking about this is because one of the things I have found throughout this campaign and on this radio show is oftentimes people will call and say, what can I do? I mean, I'm just one guy. What can I do? Or one gal? How can I help this great cause that we are fighting?
Get involved.
Get involved. This is how you do it.
Get in with the Republican Women Federated.
Yes.
Get in with the Lincoln Clubs.
Yes.
There are Lincoln Clubs throughout California. If you're a Democrat, get into the Democrat groups.
Yeah.
Become involved. Become a part of your system because, like you were talking, somebody we were saying about, and on the city council last night at Palm Springs, I wear this hat to remind people that, I almost lost my life there.
Yes. Giving
you the right to vote. And
what was your response to the president's comment when he said, and for the 60%, the 2/3 of Americans that didn't vote, I hear you too.
Well, basically, they don't give a darn about him.
Yeah.
If they were supporting him, they would have been out there voting for him. So the bottom line is,
obviously you're a citizen whether you vote or not. But to be honest with you, if you don't care about voting and you don't vote, then I don't really care.
Right.
I'm not interested in how you feel.
Don't complain.
If there's something happening, you couldn't get to the polls, okay. But I mean, if it's just part of your nature to not register, or for some strange reason to go ahead and go through the hassle of registering and then not vote, then don't bitch to me. I'm not interested in hearing it. And so when the president says that, it's almost as if he's trying to again pit American against.
This has been the most racially diverse situation where we've caused more racism in this administration than ever. But to get off of that, I would like everybody to make sure that next Tuesday you go downtown Palm Springs at 3:30.
It's a Veterans Day parade,
and attend the Veterans Day parade and thank those guys and gals.
I've been honored to be the announcer at that for several times.
I mean, you know, the day before, of course, is our Marine Corps birthday, but stand out there and thank a veteran. Just walk out and thank these guys. I mean, these guys riding in these tanks and these vehicles, marching on the street with, you know, the people who have lost limbs and just get out there and support them, because Palm Springs has one of the best parades in the country.
It's a great Veterans Day parade.
And I just think everybody should at least take the time off, make it a holiday, get out there and support the veterans, whether they be from World War II, Korea, Vietnam,
doesn't matter,
or the current situations, whether you're pro or anti-war, thank the veterans.
Well, that's another thing that's always annoyed me is this, you know, as you recall, in the late 60s, a Democrat couldn't get elected in a primary if he said anything nice about any soldier or any branch of the...
When I came home, I mean, I had junk thrown at me.
Yes.
I mustered out at the old El Toro, and I took my uniform and got rid of it before I left the base because people were reacting.
I know, that's the way they reacted. And those people that were doing that reacting are in this administration right now.
Right.
So whenever I hear the Democrats say, well, we respect, you know, all our men and women in the service, I know that's not true.
This is the most disrespectful. That was my biggest argument with Raul.
Yes.
Is that he's got these phony veterans up there. I mean, they're veterans, but they're supporting somebody that doesn't support them, really.
I know.
Because he doesn't speak up. When the president, when we had problems with Israel, he didn't speak up.
No.
He doesn't speak up.
In fact, he didn't vote. He doesn't speak up.
Right. So the idea of it is we'll get back to the other stuff.
I don't understand why we rewarded a guy who failed to cast a vote. I don't care if you vote yes or no on any issue. You're elected. You have the right to vote yes or no, whatever you want. Or present.
Well, you're out there advertising with veterans, but you're not really supporting them with your vote.
No. And
you know,
and it was sad.
And besides that, you don't need to go to a congressman to get your medals replaced.
Well, every veteran knows that.
Yeah.
Every veteran
knows, except the one that was on TV.
Right.
But anyway,
what else we got on the yellow page there?
On the yellow page, Democrats to watch for 2016. I'll give you 4 names, and not one of them is Hillary. But I think the Democrats are going to be between Biden, Elizabeth Warren, Governor Cuomo, or Governor Brown.
Well, I tell you what, I would dance an Irish jig if the Democratic nominee is any one of those 4.
But that's who's I'm predicting, and in the Republican side, the ones to watch, I think, will either be Scott Walker. He's got a Republican lieutenant governor.
Done a fabulous job as a
John Kasich.
Another fabulous governor who I met when he was in Congress in the 80s. John Kasich.
Or if the establishment comes in, it would be either Mitt Romney again or Chris Christie.
Yeah, I would not support Chris Christie.
Well, I'd have to support him, but I would hope he would take a Condoleezza Rice for a VP.
Yeah, Chris Christie is not. There's no way he's going to get through Republican primaries.
Well,
period.
But I think these are going to be the 4 that are really going to be out there on both parties.
Well, that's a long way to go. Although it's not that far, it's 2 years.
No, it's not 2 years. It's a year.
Yeah, I know.
Before they start
announcing,
and you got to realize that one of the big differences for Republicans in the 2016 race, which nobody's talking about, is all the governors that won.
Yeah, 37 governors.
Yeah, so they will be working those states. So that's 37 states that the Republican nominee has already got a head start on.
Well, I mean, this is the first time in history that every member of the Arkansas legislature is Republican. Bill and Hillary Clinton went and worked hard
And everywhere they went, they lost.
To elect Democrats in Arkansas. They were
and elsewhere,
particularly in Kentucky and elsewhere. And you know, you left off Rand Paul from your list. I thought he started the presidential campaign election night.
Right, but I don't think he's going to be the nominee. These are people I think will wind up being the nominee on both of my predictions there.
Well, we'd have to, you know, I think I'm a little more outside the Republican mainstream. You know, I'm like, I lean more to the Ted Cruz and to Sarah Palin and to Paul and to some of these others. Now, obviously, I don't agree with all of them on everything.
No,
but
you're not going to agree with everybody. You know, the idea of politics, no matter which party, you're never going to agree 100%.
Right.
If you do, then you know you're like the rat that follows the.
You're like Red China.
Piper.
Yeah, you're like a lemming.
You may as well move to North Korea.
So you know you'd be another one of these lemmings and leap off the cliff following the chief lemming. Not here, baby. Not in this country. No way. Right.
Use your vote. You know, get out there. But these are things to watch.
Yeah.
I think that the city, you know, in our local situations, I told you the 4 women that I think are all going to be climbers. They're all going to make differences. You're going to see some major issues. And then, you know, I believe, I don't want to make a prediction because I don't know, haven't talked with the parties involved, but I believe that there'll be another Republican woman to look at, that if she gets the appointment, she should get the appointment in Cathedral City with Teresa Hooks.
Yeah, we hope so. You know,
it would only be fair. I mean, she came so close.
Even Steve Kelly has, on his own radio show, thought that the person that came in third should be the person appointed. Now, there is no obligation for them to do that.
Not in that city. In this city, there is. In Desert Hot Springs, I believe there is.
Right, but that's a matter of local law. So,
I think that's
but good for our boy Mark Nicolino Carnevale
and our good our member of the Lincoln Club, the mayor, our new mayor of Cathedral City, and Stan Henry, and I think he's going to do a great job.
Well, he didn't have to sweat election night anyway.
No, but you know, Mark will do great. Mark's a great guy, and he's gonna give that. You know, you've got a really good 1-2 combination with Stan and Mark, and then the Shelley, you know, having all those years, Shelley Kaplan having all those years on planning commission. So there's a triangle right there, and then Greg Pettis with his history.
Right.
Greg really cares about Cathedral City. And he brings history to that council.
And it was strange to have an election season without Palm Springs. Wasn't it?
Well, that's next year.
Yeah, but I mean, it was.
And I've been watching these things. I can remember the very first election for Cathedral City with George Hardy, and
the very first election for Cathedral City.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you might as well hang for the last segment here, since you've been hanging around for a while. And Jim and I will be back, and we'll wrap it up right after this on the Rich Gilgallon Show. Newstalk 920 KPSI.
Are you tired of paying high fees?
There's Steve.
Well, join us right here Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. for the Safe Money Radio Show. It'll be right here on Newstalk.
I'll leave this with you. Maybe you can plug it a little bit.
Yes, I will.
You can call right now for more information and a Safe Money Kit. The number you call for that is 866-555-SAFE or 866-555-7233. It's the Safe Money Radio Show, Sunday morning.
The 18th annual Palm Springs Veterans Day Parade steps
you know,
November the 11th.
You could drop me off at the DMV. That would be awesome.
Join us as we thank
I
and
get the
honor
bus from
all
there,
of
so
our veterans and those
that'd
currently
be
serving
great.
our armed forces community. After the parade, the 3rd Marine Air Wing Band
I gotta get my
perform
bank
a
account.
special concert complete with a fireworks finale at the intersection of Amato and Palm Canyon Drive. The Palm Springs Veterans Day Parade, Tuesday,
Where are you going to be
November 11th at
advertising
3:30 p.m. on Palm Canyon Drive. For more info, call
Speaking from at the parade, which
I'm not doing it this year, but I did it several years. I don't know who they have doing it. I did that. I did the Christmas lights parade for years.
City of Parade.
And puzzles to keep you thinking. There's nothing but
you got to admit,
the best part of
You'll find it in restaurants,
Christmas parade
car
every year
washes,
was
and in
that
over
monster
500
truck.
locations
The
including
dancing.
revivals and at
I don't
all
think they had it
Walgreens
last year.
drug
No, it
stores.
broke down.
There's
Oh,
a
did it?
brand new issue of Tidbits
tractor.
every week, and
Yeah, that was
it's
great.
free.
That was
It's
cool.
time you get turned on to Tidbits.
I'm not staring, but babe, it's obvious. We've known Barb since school, and she didn't know those. It's natural. I mean, she always was great, but now, geez, completely
Wow.
different.
We got like
Hey guys, what's
16
Well,
viewers.
forget us. We see what's new with you.
Six.
Wow, you look amazing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I don't get too many. You wouldn't believe the little show we do on Sunday morning. We have like
That's why she
200
loves them.
viewers,
She's wanted them forever.
and they're
Not for
from
me.
all over
I
the
thought
world.
she was
We get,
fine. It's changed
like from
her life
Iraq
though.
and
Seriously,
Algeria.
folks greet her different.
They can
She
chart
got
where they're
promotion,
tuning
even
in.
eats different. And they
I
don't
know
have
that
pricey either.
Larry
Plus,
from
they're
Kansas
perfect.
calls you all
Oh,
the time.
Larry does all the time.
Nice,
Yeah.
huh?
Hey, was he a friend of yours, or you know him?
I know him, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
There's a free consult. It's
You
in
know,
one
lost a lot of
office and
memory.
all
Yeah,
sedated.
he's a nice guy.
Dr. Renz at the
Great
Dental
Used to work
Treatment
here, used to be in
902-7756, 902-7756, or Dr.
I think he was up
Robert
in Sky
Renz.com
Valley.
for a different kind of
You
life-changing
do you have
implants.
real
Start
estate
your
up there?
Sundays
Stuff up there?
every Sunday with a new perspective, an eternal perspective.
We're
Every
strictly
Sunday
commercial
from 7 to
industrial,
8.
but these
It's the
people
Eternal
are
Perspective,
doing both
brought
of
to you
us.
by Men of
Oh, you're
Messiah.
strictly
Men of
commercial
Messiah,
industrial.
a group
Yeah,
of
we don't,
local men
my son
dedicated
sells a few
to
houses.
promoting the Word of God. Tune in every Sunday at 7 o'clock for Chuck DeVoe and Rich Gilgallon. Brought to you by Men of Messiah. It's the Eternal Perspective. Join us 7 a.m. every Sunday morning.
Welcome back. I'm in the way, the narrow way. The mansion's bright and fair. In heaven I'll be so glad and free. I'll be no stranger there. All right, welcome back. Well, I feel like Charlie Rose when I say Jim has been with us for the hour. So it's great.
Well, we got going on a few things, more than just politics. The
Well, yeah.
Veterans Day
Well, we
Parade,
really
the
want
Lincoln
to.
Club.
Yeah, we really want to promote the Lincoln Club's the 10th year anniversary. I mean, the original members, so the charter members of the Lincoln Club. Tell us about a few of those guys.
Well, the late Richard Milanovich, and former mayor of Cathedral City, Kathy DeRosa, Yvonne Parks.
Now, what was it like with Bogert in charge around here? How much fun was that?
Bogert was a lot of fun. I can't talk about it on the air because some of the stuff. I mean, going out to dinner with Frank and going to El Mirasol once.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
He was a cowboy.
He was a real cowboy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a real cowboy. He was a lot of fun. He was really, really, really great. And another one that was a lot of fun to be around was Sonny Bono.
Tell me a little bit.
Sonny Bono and that council, which only Tuck Royk is the only one still alive. They started the resurgence of Palm Springs with the Village Fest.
Because that's what everybody talks about.
Well, I mean, that's why I went down there and helped them with the traffic all the time. Because it was, we had a ball.
How big was that?
It was big. It was.
In other words, a student break.
It was big.
Spring break.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, but unfortunately, a lot of these people get out of control.
Yeah.
But Palm Springs is back. This city council, this mayor, Steve Cunye, who both my wife and I endorsed, a Democrat, has done a fabulous job.
Well, the business.
All four council members have done a great job.
I'm not crazy, to be honest with you, about this negative attitude towards plastic bags. I hate that. I just had to buy a paper bag again.
Oh, I hate going to the market and forgetting the bags in the car.
It's a statewide. It's this do-gooder thing which drives me crazy.
It's stupid.
And
because
the Palm Springs City Council, in my view, with all due respect, has a tendency to involve themselves in issues which is none of their concern.
Well, it's a statewide ban anyway, but the thing that I'm getting up over is all these bicycle things, because nobody's talking about safety. You ever see a bike rider come to a complete stop and put his feet on the ground on the boulevard stop? No. But they get hit by cars. And then who gets the blank code? We need to enforce those. Why do they want to put a bike lane on a 40-mile? There should be no bike lane on any street that has a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit or higher.
So they should be on the sidewalk, is what you're saying.
They should be like on Sunrise, on the sidewalks, or like, you can go around Genealogy on the side, put a bike lane on the sidewalk, get them out of traffic. But bicycle safety. We need to have, the city council needs to instruct the police department, put together a brochure, let bicycle riders know.
Make sure they know what the deal is.
You block traffic, you're going to get a ticket. You don't stop at a boulevard stop, you're going to get a ticket.
Well, you know, I'm for less tickets.
Well, I know, but would you rather see somebody get
I don't want to see. I don't
or
want
get smashed like the lady did that was here at the bike event? She ran a boulevard stop and got killed.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Or like the one on Ramon Road just recently, came right out off the side street onto Ramon Road and got himself. I think he's still alive. No.
So the buildings that are soon to be built in Palm Springs, that's going to be exciting, isn't it? When the stuff starts going
you
up.
know what John Westman's doing and that hotel. I mean,
and did that, in your view, was it that moved the tribe to tear down the Spa Hotel and Casino?
Well, I think it was part of it, but I think the tribe, the hotel, all that old buildings were old. I don't know what they're going to do there yet, but I know what the tribe.
It's sort of a mystery, isn't it? There's a sign. I walked by it the other day, and there's a sign, which is interesting. It shows it in 1910. 20, 30,
it shows
40.
the history.
Yeah,
you know, and
because isn't that spot where the hot spring actually was?
Yeah,
it
is.
Yeah.
It's still there. And what's interesting, and we were talking about women in politics. It was an all-woman
tribal council
led by Viola Ortner, who did that, who was the first female tribal council in the country. And you know, they did the spa, they did the deal for the Riviera. The idea of it is that, you know, Palm Springs is, you know, every time Nancy and I go someplace else, we can't, you know, we just say, you know,
let's go home.
Let's go home.
I mean,
it's great.
It's all here.
I mean, it's nice to go up to Big Bear for the summer.
Yeah.
But the idea of it is that, you know, Palm Springs has got such a
just
good
the fact that it's that Palm Springs is this close to Big Bear.
It is. It takes us an hour and a half to go door to door.
It's a 90 minute ride, and really it's a, you know, it's. I remember when I first landed here, I flew in at night, and the first thing I saw was Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium, and Wrigley Field, flying over Cathedral City with the Field of Dreams. You know, that's the first thing I noticed. You know.
Well, we have a beautiful airport. And, you know, you got to say, you know, we got to admit it. It's a Democrat-run city. But for the most part, it's a pro-business city. It's a very good, this council is very pro-business.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
All of them.
That's all I ask. I'm a pro.
They're doing a good job. I mean, and I see the same now coming for Cathedral City. India was already.
Well, they have some businessmen.
Right.
And women on that
city council, and the same thing out in India.
And I do hope, for the record, that Teresa Hooks, who got 22% of the vote,
right,
by the way, in a race where
7 people
were running, it was pretty impressive voting return. I do hope that they.
I would hope that it's a short seat, and I would hope that they would give her that opportunity, and I think
she ran a great campaign.
She ran a positive campaign.
Yes, positive campaign.
Well, they all did. There was really not many negative in that city.
In La Quinta, they had 7 candidates, all of them good. I mean, you know, and our friend Robert Radeye was elected, who's a young guy who's full of energy. It's his first elective office.
Oh yeah. Well, we're putting an In-N-Out out there. In-N-Out is going to.
Is that right?
There's going to be an In-N-Out in La Quinta.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they'll be thrilled about that in La Quinta. Yeah. That'll save them a little bit of gas money. They don't have to go down all the way down Jefferson to the 10 anymore to go In-N-Out.
We're looking to put one in Palm Springs too, and you know, it's great to be in this valley. This is a great valley. We have 9 great cities. We have a great a great county, and a county government. You know, John Benoit does a great job where he's at.
We love John Benoit,
and you know, and I've got to say we love Mr. and Mrs. Supple.
Well, yes. I mean, I'm glad you said that. When you talk about this community, look at the Camelot Theater.
I know.
That was an eyesore.
It was.
And they,
and you know.
They single-handedly, by the way, brought that thing back to life.
And with their money.
With their money. And, you know, the service that they provide to this community and have for 50 years, 60 years, with KDES and
with everything. I mean, I've known them forever, and, you know, they're great people in this community, and we have a lot of people like that.
Yeah, it's very
true.
With
you know, with Mr. Houston and Mr. Matzner, and you know, we're really together.
Well, you were doing fine there for a little while. You know.
No, I'm serious. I mean, because of the film festival, what these people have done with Sonny's Film Festival, what we've done with our air museum, you know, the Indian canyons.
On and on. You're absolutely right.
There's just so much here.
That's a great point, brother. Listen, that was fun.
That was fun.
Thanks for the hour, Jimmy Stewart.
Thank you.
With the Rich Gilgallon Show for the hour. We'll be back tomorrow for Freaky Friday. Until then, please do me a favor, take it one day at a time right here on Newstalk 920 KPSI in Palm Springs. God bless you. God bless
Dr. Renz.
God bless Dr. Robert Renz, and God bless these United States of America.
Water cup.
All right. Oh, I missed my cue.
It's time to step out. There are 29 million Americans living with diabetes.
Yep.
If you have diabetes or know someone who does,
that's what I
join
got
us
now.
as we walk to stop diabetes.
Now
It's
the
the
diabetes
Step Out
is set
Walk
in.
to Stop Diabetes on November 22nd.
I have type 2 diabetes.
Really?
Well, you know, my pancreas died.
That's a bad one to go there.
Register today at diabetes.org/step-out-looking.
All right, I'll take you down there.
Yeah, that's awesome. That'll save me a bus ride.
Step out and stop diabetes.
You know, that's another thing that we could have talked about is I have come to appreciate the bus service in this town.
We can, you know, I'm available whenever you want to play.
Throughout this whole valley. I
know where all the bodies
I know you are. I said that. I can go all the way to Coachella for $1. You know.
On Schmitty's all new 70-inch big screen TV.